Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Bloxage Field as we are here for spring lacrosse. My name is Josh Harmon. I am here with my new color commentator, Paul Varunas. Paul, how are you doing here today?
You know, Josh, I'm doing great today. How are you today?
I'm all right. We are here at Bloxage Field once again for the beginning of a new season. Going up against Saugus Sachems is your Swampscott Big Blue. And the game is underway. Swampscott with possession of the ball in the first period. With Malaya for Saugus. Taken by Daniela Bliss for Swampscott. Pass over nearing the goal. Fight for and whistle is blown as play is dead in front of the net. And game continues and stops dead once again. With a pass over to Howley. Over to Fayella. Ball rolls out of bounds. Swampscott gets the ball. Ball goes out of bounds with a pass going over Burse. Saugus with the ball. Valley with the ball for the Sachems. With a pass over to Scalzi. Stolen by Clopton. Passed over to Ciciotti. Over to Laundry. Laundry with a shot on goal. Goes off the net. Second shot on goal by Swampscott. As it goes in, and Swampscott is up 1-0.
A quick start for the Big Blue, scoring a goal not even 3 minutes in. Let's see how Saugus responds.
As we're back at center field. And play resumes. As Keeney gets the ball for Swampscott. Over to Tripp. Tripp with another shot. With a pass over to Clopton. Another goal, not even seconds later. Saugus doesn't know what to do.
Saugus is stunned, not knowing what just happened the past 30 seconds of the game.
And with that, the score is going to be 2-0 Swampscott, only in the first period with 9:17 left. And play resumes as we're back at center field with Keeney, the ball with the pass. Losing handle back to Keeney. with a hefty pass over to Clopton with one of the goals today for Swampscott. And Sachem's has the ball. Rushing past center field, looking for a person to open, and finds Resendez. Misses the net. Goalie save with a pass over to Kaplan. Bounces off the foot of Goldman. With a pass from Tripp over to Ciciotti. Sachem in the big blue rushing for the ball, keeping it in play. And whistle is blown as the play is dead. Sachem's keep the ball. Carter with a pass for the Sachem's. Stolen right away by Laundry. With a pass over to Leone. With a pass over to Laundry and an
impressive.
And it is a goal. Sorry to interrupt you, Paul, but as officials say, it is a goal on Swampscott, making it 3-0.
An impressive start for the Big Blue. Not even 6 minutes in. Let's see how Saugus does being down 3-0.
Back in center field. Tripp with the ball. With the pass over to Keeney. Hefty pass goes over Laundry. Clopton with the save. Back to Keeney. With a pass over to Goldman. Back to Laundry, it goes bouncing out and play is dead.
Good look for Swampscott.
As play resumes right in front of the Sachem's goal. Pass over to Laundry. Whistle is blown. Swampscott, I believe, keeps the ball. And then the Sachems will have the ball, passing it into center field. Sachems keeping the ball, bringing it near Swampscott territory. With a pass over to Pinaccio. Whistle is blown once again. Pinaccio over to Scully. Pinaccio back to the Silici. Over to Dixon. Bounces away straight to Goldman at center field. Over to Ciciotti. Ciciotti picks up her drop with a pass over to Laundry. Laundry looking for somebody open, going for Clopton. Whistle is blown, and it appears it went in. It's hard to see from this angle, as it did not.
Did not fully cross the line. It will be Swampscott ball.
And with that, it goes in. Coco Clopton with another goal for Swampscott, making it 4-0. Paul, Saugus got to really step up their game to come back.
Second goal of the game. Not even barely halfway through the first period. Saugus is stunned.
That is Clopton's second goal in the first period with 4:55 left. We're back at center field once again. Back at center field. Tripp with the ball for Swampscott, who is dominating the first period. Pass over to Laundry. Laundry rushing in. Save made by the goalie. Saves it on the line. Would have been really bad if that ball just went a little bit further past the line.
Absolutely.
Sachums with the ball. A little bit far of a pass, and Burst gets the ball back for Swampscott. With a pass going a little bit too far, Sachums will get the ball. Sachums with the ball is Salisi. With a pass over to Powers, back to Salisi. Ball goes wide, straight to Goldman, back at center field with a pass over to Ciciotti. Looking for an open person, goes a little bit wide, saves it from going out is Laundry. Back over to Goldman. Goldman has one goal in the first period. Whistle is blown as the play is dead. Sachums get the ball. .303 left in the third. Swampscott up significantly, 4-0. Holly with the ball in center field. With a pass over to Powers. Whistle is blown as play is paused. As it appears a low difficulty, Swampscott gets the ball in their own territory with a pass with Johnson. Pass over to Goldman. Entering Sachum's territory. Over to Tripp. Tripp to Keeney. And with a pass over to Leone. With that looks like it's going to be a goal again for Swampscott, making it 5-0 with 2:14 left in the first period.
Very impressive first quarter for the Big Blue on their debut game.
Swampscott definitely wanted to start the season off right.
Absolutely.
What are the mics for?
Back again at center field for the 6th time in the first period. Clopton with the ball for Swampscott. bringing it into Sagem's territory. Pass over to Laundry. Laundry rushing towards the goal, goes a little bit wide and out of bounds.
Another great look for the Big Blue.
See, Swampscott with another shot on goal, goes wide. And with the time winding down, a little over a minute and 20 seconds left in the first period. Goldman off the tip of the goalies.
That is 6-0 in the first quarter.
Didn't know what to call it. Off the tip of the goalie's lacrosse stick, making the game 6-0 with a minute and 13 left in the first period. We still have 3 periods to go.
Let's see how many they can score. 6-0 in 1 quarter.
Back again at center field for the 7th time. Swampscott is definitely showing their way of not stopping anytime soon. Plays back underway. Swampscott again with the ball, and this time it's going to be Keeney bringing it into Sagem's territory with a pass over to Goldman. Oh, back to Keeney. Keeney with a pass over to Laundry. Laundry with another shot. Goal! Making it 7-0 with 53 seconds left. Nobody can stop this.
No one.
7 goals in 1 period. 53 seconds left.
An outstanding quarter. Some would call this a perfect quarter for the Big Blue.
The Big Blue and Sagems back at center field once again for the 8th time today. Only for the first period. 53 seconds left. Again, Swampscott with the ball. Clopton bringing it down to the Sagems territory with a pass over to Goldman. Over to Ciciotti. Ciciotti with the pass over to Tripp. With a pass over to Clopton once again.
Another goal for the Swampscott Big Blue. Apologies,
that is
Josh.
Clopton's 3rd or 4th goal. I've lost count. It's 8-0. But it's still going to be an easy tied game. We still win for Saugus. What they got?
Let's see. They got 3 quarters to try and bring it back.
I've seen Saugus and Swampscott play out in many sports. Football, baseball, basketball. It has been a high tense game every single time. Saugus can definitely turn this around.
Absolutely.
Back at center field. Sagems with the ball. Over to Carter. And that is going to do it for the first period. An incredible period for the Big Blue. 8-0 in the first period. And now it is going to be period 2. Swampscott definitely have a huge lead over the Sachems. Knowing Saugus, they can definitely come back from this. They still got next period and then 2 periods after that. It has been a one heck of a first period.
I think Saugus is stunned at the score right now. In the rain, in the cold, down 8-0 after 1 quarter.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bloxage Field, where we have second period action. The first period has been astonishing for the Big Blue as they are up 8-0. Once again, I'm Josh Harriman, and I'm here with my new colored commentator, Paul Varunas.
That's Varunas. Thanks, Josh.
It's beginner's luck, but still, both teams have switched sides on the field. And 8-0 in the first period on opening day in the rain. Back at center field once again. And second period is underway. Swampscott right off the bat. Whistle is blown. Sachems will have a chance at the ball. Holly with the ball in center field. Whistle is blown. Sachems keeps the ball at center field. Paul, how do you think this period's going to go down?
Call me crazy. I think Swampscott's got another 6 goals in them this quarter.
I say Saugus has potential in them. They definitely can turn things around.
It's not over until it's over.
As fighting for the ball near center field. Damati with the ball for Swampscott. With a pass over to Dahlman. Sachems with the ball, fighting for it in their own territory. Whistle is blown. Sachems, at the end of all that tussle, gets the ball. With a pass over to Scalisi into center field. Whistle is blown. Sachems keeps the ball. Scalisi to maybe. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Swampscott throwing it in. Actually, they're going to run it with Clopton. $9:48 left in, and another shot. Swampscott with 9:42 left in the second. We are both speechless up here.
There's nothing to say. 9-0, 1 quarter and 3 minutes in.
Saugus can definitely turn this around. They still got 2 periods after this. They got this period, and then they got 2 more. Back at center field. Swampscott with the ball with Keeney. With a pass over to Dahlman. Over to Damati. Over to Laundrie. Laundrie to Keeney. Oh, now it's to Keeney. Over to Clopton. Over, back to Keeney. The pass over to Damati. Damati with the shot goes left of the net. goes out of bounds with the whistle blows, and the Sachems will get the ball. A hefty throw-in for the Sachems. Going all the way to Kamau. Saugus, Swampscott getting it right back. Over to Johnson. Going wide. Tripp with the ball. Over to Clopton. Over to Keeney. Whistle is blown. As it's going to be a attempted throw-in. Swampscott players getting ready. With a shot, save made by Rukarin for the Sachems. 7:42 left in the second period, 9-0. Saugus still has potential in this game. The Big Blue once again with the ball. Dahlman with another goal, and it's gonna be 10-0 in the second period.
Absolute perfect start for the Big Blue. 10 goals unanswered from Saugus.
And plays back underway with Swampscott with Tripp with the ball going into Sachem's territory. With a pass over to Damati. Over to Keeney. Keeney over to Dahlman. Back to Keeney. Excuse me, that's to Johnson. To Keeney. To Tripp, back to Johnson. Tripp once again. Over to Clopton. Clopton has most of the goals in this game for the Big Blue.
3 goals.
And another save by Rofkarin. But not being able. But from what the ref says, it's going to be another goal for the Big Blue. 11-0. 6:10 left in the second period.
A great rebounding goal for the Big Blue after the near first shot went in.
Back at center field, Sachems with the ball at center field. Mabi with the ball. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. With a pass over to Dixon. And Sachems once on the board. Saugus can make a comeback in, and it's going to start in the second period.
Saugus desperately needed that goal after being down 11-0. It is now 11-1 to face off.
Back at center field, Sachems with the ball. Whistle is blown. The Saugus Sachems keeps the ball at center field, being rushed by numerous Swampscott players. Maybe over to Howley. Whistle is blown, and the Sachems keep the ball. Howley just rushing it, and whistle is blown once again. Saugus keeping the ball into Swampscott territory. Saugus has the chance to make it 11-2 as they line up for what appears to be a penalty shot, and blocked off. Save made by Ann Lee for Swampscott. Kaplan with a heavy throw into Sachem's territory to Keeney. Over to Tripp. Whistle is blown, and the official says Sachems gets the ball in their own territory. Paul, what have you liked from Swampscott and Saugus' play in the first period and as of right now with 2:50 left in the second?
Swampscott has gotten a lot of opportunities, and with a lot of opportunities comes a lot of goals.
That is right, 2:42 left in the second. As it goes deep past the goal, Swampscott keeps possession in Sachem's territory. And that is Beatrice. Pass over to Laundrie with a pass over to Keeney. Over to Tripp. Tripp with a pass over to Burse. Over the head pass. Back over to Tripp. To Johnson. Over to Keeney. To Damati. Damati with a shot. Period with 1:38 left.
Just as Saugus was starting to gain some momentum after their first goal, Swampscott answers right away with their 12th goal of the game.
Swampscott definitely wanted starting off the season strong, and they definitely mean it.
Absolutely.
Saugus still has numerous chances. They have the rest of this period and 2 more. Still an astonishing game. Usually other sports cancel if it's rain, but little rain never hurt anybody.
Absolutely not.
Back at center field with 1:05 left in the second. Back underway with little under 60 seconds left. Swampscott with the ball. Swampscott has been outstanding with passing and scoring in the first and most of the second. Burse with a pass over to Johnson. Johnson over to Damati. With a pass over to Goldman. Back to Damati. Damati rushing in. Another shot, save by Rovkarin. Rovkarin with a hefty pass to get it out. Goes past center field and is picked up by Quagrello. Over to Burse. And that is going to do it for the first half, actually, of this game. Swampscott definitely coming out strong, 12-1. Paul, what have you liked from the first half from both sides?
Saugus is still fighting. They're still going. They're getting some good looks. Swampscott's just been getting some good passes on goal, some good passing from both sides. Swampscott just gotten more shots with more of the possession. And they've just been looking like a perfect team.
That has been the first half. Now comes halftime. We'll see you after.
Oh, my head.
How many times do you see Saugus is still in it? They're down 12-1 at
Hey,
they're not.
I gotta make it
to
believe it. Saugus is nowhere near winning. I know. No shit. Thank you for telling me. Where are you going? I'm sitting right here.
This is not a good first game for
Saugus.
I'm just like so like stunned, like 12-1. Like what can you say?
The only reason
12-1
why I'm saying
though, that's bad.
The only reason why I'm saying Saugus is still in this is I don't want to be disrespected by the other people because I have family who lives in Saugus.
Oh, do you actually?
Yes.
Training.
We're gonna nickname you training. Got it.
Yeah, I know. It's all about.
What would happen?
You get fired.
You get fired. You get fired on your training day.
Why?
If puts me off the ladder.
Yeah, we're gonna look to the USPS office and see if we can go with them, or see if they can.
We're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bloxage Field and Swampscott Babel Athletics. where the first half has been very on the Swampscott side, as it is 12-1. I'm Josh Harriman, and I'm once again joined by my new color commentator, Paul. Paul, what have you liked from the first period from both sides?
It's been a very one-sided game for the Big Blue. Let's see how Saugus can respond in the second half.
Saugus still got potential, as they still have 2 quarters left. 24 minutes to catch up. And we're back at center field, where the first period has been like it's just been a corner. Second half is underway, and the Sachems are starting off on the right foot. And it's tipped away by Swampscott. Whistle is blown. Swampscott keeps the ball, but the pass to Tripp. To Goldman. With a pass over to Burse. Burse with the pass over to Tripp. Over to Burse. Burse with a shot on goal, and it is 13-1 with only about 60 seconds in.
Not even a minute in. Goal for Swampscott after the first half intermission.
.10:40 left in the excuse me. 10:35 left in the third quarter. Back at center field, where Swampscott is whistled off, and Sachems has the ball in there, approaching fast towards Swampscott territory. Tipped away, whistle is blown. As we'll see what the officials say. Saugus going up for a penalty shot, and it goes in! Saugus with their second goal of the game, making it 13-2 Swampscott with 9:43 left in the third quarter.
Saugus with a quick answer after the Big Blues goal. Let's see what Saugus can do now with the momentum.
Game is back underway. Sachems with the ball. Held by Mabi. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Saugus fighting to stay alive in this game. 13-2 with 8:52 left in the third quarter. Pass over to Carter. From Carter to Panaccio. Brought away from the goal is Swampscott's Dahlman. Back to the Sageman to Malaya. To Howley. With a pass over to Diaz. Diaz bringing it past center field towards Swampscott territory and approaching fast. Looking to score. Does, and it is 13-3. Once again, Saugus is down by 10, but is still making a comeback. Paul, I can see that you're speechless. as of right now, it does seem like a one-sided game. But once both teams start to get going, they're definitely going to not be stopping.
Saugus with 2 quick goals back to back. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going and score 10 in a row.
And I thought they got killed, but they actually because they scored all their runs. I wasn't there. And then they didn't score anywhere where I was there. The other team was really she's infield. I think she'll play first or second. Usually. She's better at second. I'm nervous at first, like when they're like near the wall. But she's actually pretty good at that, I'd say. But she's usually at second.
And plays back underway. Swampscott with the ball once again. That is going to be Tripp. With a pass over to Madi, goes a little bit wide, gets it back. Over to Burst. To Johnson. Johnson. Over to Beatrice. Beatrice with a pass over to Dahlman, and whistle is blown.
I think they'll get better, but they're a pretty slow team. But they can hit. Like a couple of them, like Cici almost hit went out of the over the fence. And so another guy, they could definitely hit.
Swampscott lining up for another shot. Goes over and bounces out. The Sachems will get the ball. Swampscott and Saugus fighting for the ball in the Sachems territory. Whistle is blown. Sachems will keep the ball. With a pass over to Scalisi. Whistle is blown.
Yeah, there's just one team. There was just, I think there's been one team for a little while. Last year there was one team.
A pass from Reen to Tripp. Over to Dahlman, and it's another goal for Swampscott, making it 14-3.
A great pass from Cecilia Tripp leads to the goal.
5 minutes left in the third quarter. Back underway, and Swampscott once again has the ball. Dahlman, who scored the 14th goal of the game for Swampscott. Passing it over to Johnson. To Burst. Burst trying to find an open teammate. And does over to Beatrice. Over to Dahlman. To Tripp. Tripp over to Goldman. Damati and Scalisi fighting for the ball as Dahlman gets the ball and whistle is blown. Sachems gets the ball. 3:28 left in the third quarter. Mabi with a pass over to Dixon. Whistle is blown. Sachems keep the ball as it's passed back over to Mabi. Whistle is blown. Still the same holders. Sachems exiting their own territory, heading into center field. And turned right back around by Wald. For the Big Blue. Excuse me, that's actually Beatrice for the Swampscott Big Blue. Whistle's blowing as you hear the connections of the stick. Swampscott keeps the ball. Beatrice. Taped out and whistle is blown once again. Sachems keep the ball. With a steal from Tripp for the Big Blue, going all the way. Whistle is blown. As it appears, Swampscott will line up once again for another shot on the goalie. Leading the charge is CCL Tripp. The shot blocked, but it's still in Sachem territory, picked up by Dahlman. With a pass over to Damati. And stolen by Panaccio. Over to Salisi. To Howley. Back to Salisi. At center field. Back to Howley. A minute and 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass over to Carter. Tipped off the stick. And with a pass over to Tripp. And is passed all the way over to Johnson. Over to Tripp. Behind Sachem's net. Over to Goldman. Actually, that is to Johnson. And a shot on goal off the bar and out of bounds.
Some great looks for the Big Blue.
As with 10 seconds left in the third quarter. And they're gonna let it run out. 1 second left. And that is the third quarter, with the score being 14-3. Saugus slowly but surely definitely climbing up the board. The final 12 minutes to decide who's taking it home. Saugus still having chance to get higher points on the board. We'll be right back after the short intermission.
That was an awful way to be out there. It was raw. It was just raw. That was in Lexington, right? The best part though is I wasn't even connected with it. I didn't have to drive it. I didn't. Yeah, I had something else. Someone else. I couldn't. I've never been to a preseason. That can be the only thing. It's amazing. I've got a hockey season day and I'm not driving like Seattle and all these other places. Like I think I've had. What's that? Well, with a night, but the car is that. tell you I do that. The gas light just came on. And I didn't feel it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final 12 minutes of this game, where Swampscott has been completely leading this game up by 11 points, 14 to 3. There has been numerous times of this game where we have been no words what to say. Saugus still has chance in this game. The final 12 minutes.
Dominant performance from the first 3 quarters from the Big Blue. Let's see how the final 4th quarter plays out.
Yeah, 12 minutes.
And the final quarter's underway. Swampscott with the ball is Tripp over to Dahlman. Sachems with the ball, whistle is blown, and Saugus keeps the ball. Diaz with the ball heading into center field. Now heading into Swampscott territory. Whistle is blown. Still the same holders. Sachem's ball. Diaz with the ball for the Sachems. And Swampscott with a steal, bringing it past center field is Damati. Johnson with the ball. With a pass over to Burris. To Tripp. Going behind the net. Back over to Johnson. Over to Tripp. To Burris. Burris looking for the shot off the leg. Saved by Rovkarin. Rovkarin with a hefty pass. Whistle is blown. And the Sachems will keep the ball. And is Resendez. Ball goes out of bounds. .9:26 left in the final quarter of the opening game for Lacrosse. It may have been rainy, but it has been one outstanding game to watch. Dahlman with the ball. Over to Johnson. Johnson with the pass. Johnson going back and forth behind the net with a pass over to Goldman. Slips and Swampscott keeps the ball in Sachem's territory. 8:38 left here in the 4th quarter. Lining up for another shot on the goalie. Goldman leading the rush. Whistle is blown. And then it goes in, the 15th goal for Swampscott. Making the lead 15-3 with 8:12 left in the 4th quarter.
What an outstanding game.
It has been outstanding. Once again, back at center field where play resumes. And the Sachems get the ball at center field. Whistle is blown once again right after. 7:13 left in the third. And right off the bat, Swampscott keeping possession of the ball. Whistle is blown. Sachems gets the ball in return. Rushing down towards Swampscott territory very fast. With an attempted pass over to Falea. But Quagliarello picks it up with a pass. With a pass over to Rogers. With a pass over to Beatrice. Beatrice with the pickup. 6:20 left. Over to Sanchez. To Goldman. That was to Johnson. Johnson with a shot on goal. Missed slightly going left. But the Sages will get the ball with 5:56 left in the fourth quarter. Swampscott has played a magnificent game, especially with a rainy opener.
With many great opportunities on goal, with many great passes.
And with another pass in towards the goal, it is blocked. Whistle is blown. Sachems gets the ball. Sorry to cut you off there, Paul. Down to center field. And with a steal from Quagliarello, picked up by Dahlman. Whistle is blown, and Swampscott will keep possession up as Dahlman brings it in. With a pass over to Quagliarello. A shot goes what? That is actually a pass to Johnson. 5 minutes left in regulation time here in the fourth quarter. That is Beatrice. Looking for an open teammate. Finds Johnson behind the net. .435 left in the fourth. Johnson still trying to find an open player, open teammate. Goes to Beatrice, goes a little wide. Saves it from going out of bounds. And with a pass over to 26, we don't have a name for 26, but with a pass back to Johnson. And a steal from the Sachems. And Goldman with a shot wide. It's off the outside of the net and picked up by Piero. Johnson. Whistle is blown. We'll wait for what the officials call. Another shot on goal for Swampscott. It goes wide and out of bounds. Sachems with the ball with 2:49 left in the fourth. Whistle is blown. Swampscott gets the ball close to Sachem's territory. And with a shot, goes in. And with that, another goal for Swampscott with 2:25 left in the fourth, 16-3.
A heavily one-sided game for the Big Blue. Let's see how they can bring this to the next game with 2 minutes left of this game.
A minute and 40 as play resumes. And Swampscott picks up the ball near center field. Whistle is blown. Swampscott keeping the ball. Time is winding down. A minute and 24 left in the fourth.
It's coming to an end here.
With a pass over to Dahlman. Over to Damati. Over to Piero. Shot goes in! Dahlman with her third goal of the game. 17-3 with 52 seconds left in the fourth.
What a finish for the Big Blue with less than a minute left of the game.
The final 60 seconds left of regulation time. And they're just going to let the clock go. .30 seconds left in the fourth. Swampscott is going to walk home. More like get a ride home. In with the opening win as they win the face-off with 15 seconds left. Sachem's with the ball, flinging it down towards Swampscott territory. The final 5 seconds. And with that, the final horn goes off. Swampscott taking a massive lead, down by 14. Up by 14, I should say, excuse me. And the final score is your Swampscott Big Blue 17, the Saugus Sachems 3. Definitely, Saugus has definitely come back a couple of times in the quarters, but in overall, Swampscott has definitely taken the win tonight, especially for their opener. Paul, what have you liked from this game?
An absolute outstanding game for the Big Blue. Many great passes, great defense, great scoring, and 17 goals is a great first game for the Big Blue.
And with that, we'll leave it there. It looks like it's gonna be a great season for the girls lacrosse team. And with that, we thank you here for joining us on this rainy Thursday at Bloxage Field. I'm Josh Harriman, and with Paul, we'll see you next time.